Not you not fake, yeah, man, I real like bitch. Fake ass nigga, when I pass like bitch. I get you that me scope, it's baby nah cheat. I know the even exit, I know the even flinch. I know the rap battle, I know the bull hit. I tell you now you face I'm you nah bitch. I just to keep me game ball, I not come for bitch. The baby no game, it's like take and sit.
Welcome to our show, the One Stop Show. Today we'll get a very important person I will miss. But before I will introduce him, I want welcome all, Mr. Sajigu.
Sajigu day also, you know, all day, one-stop show. Welcome my people. You know, we do it like any other. So let's go.
Hey, welcome. Mina George, as you know, the one-stop guy, a friend, a brother, who don't grow up, grow up as young boys, life challenges, and I say I come up, as a strong man. Mr. Yomi Johnson.
Hello everyone, Mina Yomi. I don't know, for people that will know me, I'm into the music at Salone, and George right here is one of my closest friends, and of course through George I get another family right here, so we're all family in here. And we're all Sierra Leoneans, we're all into the music, we're all into life, we're all happy people.
All right. As we all know, this is not the show where we showcase and try to bring people in on board with talent, creativity, entrepreneur, and it's mainly for we folks in our salon and we all within the diaspora. Before we go further in getting into all some other details, I'll be surprised, to be sincere with you. I see you with a 5'5" joint. What's up about it, man? Like,
5'5" MG?
Yeah, yep.
So 5'5" MG is, check this, is the best record label in Sierra Leone.
There we go.
A lot of you wouldn't like it, but it's the truth. Our focus is trying to get upcoming artists, very creative artists, and try to build a platform for them. So now that 5'5" MG,
Okay. That's what's up. So you based in America or in Salone?
You mean as personally me or the
No, not you, but
the label itself.
But your label of itself, and mainly what's in you focus as far as who's in you launching by.
So of course, so 55 on itself got a history of Sierra Leone, but within that place where you cannot lock yourself in one geographical location, right?
Right.
So I'm worldwide.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's a perfect answer.
So, but if I can dive into it because you want to answer the question, this might make sense. The physical itself, like you would say, okay, this is where we do our work. This is our workshop. This is where things
maybe the origin, the origin, the startup, the idea, the birthplace of this company.
Yeah. So maybe I've forgotten our history of 55, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think that would be perfect.
Alright. So 55 Music Group is a record label where they try for help young, talented Sierra Leoneans. For me, I like the underdog. I like to work with people in the doubts, people that not yet, and try for show their talents to the world. So, of course, I'm focused on Sierra Leoneans, but 55 na the host number wa go na Salone. Okay. So our logo is usually yellow because the house was yellow. So it's 55 Music Group. So the roots goes all the way back to Salone, but me being a world traveler, and I said I don't think music should only be, or business should be based only in one location, right? So it all started with me being in the US, but then I was working with people in Sierra Leone. Right. So it was birthed in the US and also in Sierra Leone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess when it comes to business of itself, you are an entrepreneur, right? And you're a company owner, right? What drives you to that direction, really, to be somebody that gave birth to opportunity instead of just looking for opportunity?
So number one, being from Sierra Leone, I mean, if anybody is, you know about Salone, we don't suffer for a long time. But Salone are one of the most beautiful countries in the world. You get the most beautiful people. We're happy people generally. We're so happy with little, right? And I feel like those talents we have back there, they get chance for shine.
Right.
So for me, number one, it's not about money. It was about giving people a chance to grow, right? Because you get. I mean, some people who, I mean, you know how it is. Some people, $50 makes a whole lot of difference to them back home. So putting the little I have into the industry helps put food on the table of those people,
right.
And it also helps the country get known or get seen on the world stage.
Right.
So that's my whole reason for this.
Okay.
Okay, so like with the talk, I just get something kind of in my mind. When you start waiting and think we like push you forward, say this is it, this is the sweet spot, this is where I should focus on, rather than we cannot say you did into computer. And I know people know you as somebody who did into music, you know. So waiting bring that spark, say, you know what, one day no more, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do.
So again, I have technical background as an engineer, but I think if I could do it all over again, I'd rather do more of the art, because I'm also artistic in terms of maybe I'm not able to put time on a canvas like for draw or maybe sing a song, but trust me, I can imagine I'm in it. I think I have a wall where I don't know how to put time out, but I can imagine everything. I mean, I can mix the art and business.
You see it.
I see it.
You see it. You're visionary.
Yes, I see it.
I want to ask you something, right? What I think before we go forward, I think is very important, right? Because I'm an artist myself, right. And to all me company artists, them, especially African artists, them, not just Sierra Leone. All right. I want to let you tell me a little bit about the importance of ownership, owning your craft.
Is it ownership or
owning your creativity, owning your craft? This is the business aspect, because you don't tell we all say, okay, well, you are because now learn if I learn from you, you know, and I want to step in that direction also. So I mean, if you just give an advice, maybe the importance of owning your own craft instead of just say
doing something out
there,
doing
something, and then you just putting it out there in the entertainment aspect, because that's natural for us. But when it comes to your creativity and your art, do you have an artist that will put, you know, their art out there, but they do not focus on the business aspect of their creativity? So what are your thoughts when in a situation like that, being that you are a business owner and a company?
So from experience, what I've seen and talking to other people, learning from other people too, I feel like a lot of artists not think business. It's art and business is a separate segment of the brain, right? So I feel, and that's why you need genuine business people who could be part of a team. I think for artists, they need to focus on creating. You have some who are very good business savvy and stuff, but for a lot of people I know, they're not. Yeah. So you need to surround yourself, build a team around you, build a team around honest people that knows you, people that understands your craft, right. People that understands your vision, right? Because I mean, you'll have a business manager who would want you to switch your style of music.
Right.
Just so they can make money. Okay, so what are we looking for? Are we looking for, so in this situation, like, do they look for fast money, or they look for
longevity?
Yeah, and creating you.
Right.
So these are some of the conversations you have to ask. Me as a label owner and a artist manager, I tend to have the artists be free with their creativity, because if I don't trust you, I'm not going to work with you.
Right.
So I have to be a fan and then become a business partner with you.
Yeah.
So if I'm not a fan, to be honest, I won't work with you because I will not know how to sell you.
Yeah, you got to believe in the product.
Right.
So talking about the artist himself, I just want to divert away a little bit. So far, how long you been in the business? Like, how long?
So like with having a structure around me and everything, a little bit over 2 years.
Okay.
So that's when I put together a structure. Everything is done through. We have a flow. Everything has a process.
Alright, so like in this 2 years, how many artists you don't like?
I've worked with artists that were not under my label, but I've worked on side projects.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about your label itself.
My label itself, I've worked with 3.
3, okay.
But then there's so many songs out there that
That
have been
you-
part of.
But okay.
Some of them even recorded in my house.
Alright, that's good. That's good.
Some of them which I paid for. Like,
So
people
which
don't even know.
one of the artists, then, if you can name one?
No, I would tell that off camera.
Hey man, we want to know, man.
You don't want to put nobody. You don't want to put.
Yeah, I'm not trying to call them.
But I always say as an artist that music is love and family, and what I mean by that is what you just described to us when it comes to that team, you know. And I feel like not only that you create the business aspect of this artist that you nurture, but you also create a family environment because you're a cool guy, you know. I will let you tell me a little bit about branding this artist, the importance of branding and really how an artist can step to that next level.
I feel like branding is everything, right? Any business, you need to be, then call judge your name, then call your name. Therefore say, oh, Nana boy will they do this? Or Nana boy will this? Or Nana Uma will they do this?
Right.
Therefore know you for something.
Yeah.
Right.
That's branding. Sometimes even, I don't know how to put this, maybe I may sound stupid, but
No.
so example, let's go to like the US, right? You have someone like Wiz Khalifa, right? Who, when you talk about Wiz Khalifa or Snoop, they're both known for the music, but they're also known for smoking a lot of weed.
Right.
Yeah.
And they both own.
As you say, Snoop Dogg, the next thing you see is weed.
They both own dispensaries, by the way.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken.
So if you go to a store to buy a rolling paper, if you see Wiz Khalifa in rolling paper, you would want to buy it because like, oh, this guy knows a thing or two about smoking weed. So that's branding.
Right.
So some people will think it's a negative form of branding, but it's just being consistent, and you have to be known for something, right?
You know, when you say that, one thing that popped up in my head, I would say the Godfather and the king of branding when it comes to marijuana and music is Bob Marley. So when you look at you just
Thank you.
Yeah. So I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah. So with some of my artists, like Avatar, right? He's one of my top artists, and his music is different.
Yeah, I
Like,
listen.
I cannot have him make any type of different music because, and I'm starting to realize that his fans are asking for him.
Right.
They're not asking to hear what's trending.
Right.
They're asking to hear him. his art.
Right.
And so so you take an artist, you identify his strong points. I mean, with everyone, we do have things we could improve on.
Right.
You can improve that, but you don't have to change them.
Yeah.
You can make it better. You can polish it. You can make you can polish something that is being old and rusted.
Right.
You can polish it and have it shine again.
Right.
So even if you think this is rusty, oh, maybe it could be antique. You could sell that.
Right.
But you don't have to change it, right? And the strong areas, you just put them out there and give and feed his the people that calls for his music or listens to his music.
Talking about music, now I want to dive into something else. The Salone, dive into something else. Now I want us to go away from your record label a little bit and go a little bit general, like Salone itself. Okay.
Okay.
We did get a lot of negative feedback since I don't want to say negative feedback, but we not to get too much push into music, especially we Sierra Leoneans. And to me, one of the reasons why we do this is to promote ourselves, and one ourselves is our country, our music, and I believe our music is one of the best in the world. But we just need to pay attention to it. What if you say lacking na Salone music, being that you're there, you're the forefront, no matter what, I know say you pay better attention compared to what they do, because you find artists, you find people there. I'm not looking for anyone, so you pay more attention. So what if you say lacking now we industry where if we're able to identify that, we'll do something greater.
Boy, this answer, it would take two days. Because it's a lot. But, I mean, if I could
just break it down,
quickly summarize some of the things I see personally. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what I see. So, being that I've lived out of Sierra Leone for so long, being that I also listen to Salone music, I probably have a different outlook, right? Some people think Salone music should just stay Salone music, right? But I feel we need to be able to still be authentic Salone music, but you should be able to play the music and someone from China say, oh shoot, who is this? And the person will want to add that song to their playlist.
Right.
Right, because music should be a universal language. If we keep putting ourselves in a box where
it's just Salone.
It's just for Salone, it's 8 million people in Sierra Leone.
It comes all the way down to the instruments, the sound, the vibe,
And branding and packaging.
Right, exactly. That's why like branding to me, when I think of branding, I look at it as standing out. What's unique about you, right? So when I hear music and music sound like another music that I've heard before, I kind of don't pay attention to the copy of it, but to the origin of it. That's just how my brain works.
So so I have a guy who's into Salone music. We have conversations all the time and we argue. And they think those artists are dope. For me, I think those artists are lazy.
Right. Creatively, they are.
They are lazy
because they're doing something that's already.
One thing, you know why I can relate to those people, because me and you don't argue a lot.
It's not you have somebody else. We argue too about that.
Yeah, you might.
Because I condemn like a lot of things.
I
don't feel.
So the difference, as we talk, what I don't realize from argument in the past, is you are a business-minded person. Okay, so you are the person looking for a particular stuff. Then, as a fan of artists, where want for sign to your label. Other people in the way they listen to it, they get hundreds and thousands of followers where they buy the music.
That's sure.
But then believe in the artist. But you don't believe in that artist. the time, even let me say for example, in America, there's some artists where don't go for audition for some record label and they say no, we're not gonna sign you. But they go on the other side, then they excel greatly, like they excel, go up there.
But you know, music comes with preference also.
Yeah, so
and it depends on what you're looking for.
And business wise,
what they try
to sell.
Yeah, the thing what they try to push into is like the argument women that they argued before, that whole some artists, nah, it's not.
There's a lot lacking, right? The first thing I feel is lacking is education. And I don't mean go to school, get a degree. It's knowing the music, learning the business, learning the origin of Salone music. Some people don't even they don't even know
so on point.
The instruments we used to have in our music. They don't know. Some people don't know Dr. Olo. They don't know Rash-g. They don't know those greats. Blind Musical Flames. They don't know them. So instead of we sampling American artists, we could sample those greats. So like if you sample a sound from an Rash-g track, right? It's a natural sound with the inside Salone people and bring. We sample and fuse out in something new. Guess what? You're like, sure, that's dope. Rash-g and those people, they were global.
Yeah.
They were superstars touring the world.
Guess what? I was
big concerts, big stages.
I was surprised to know that they cheat the music in England.
Yeah.
Rash-g.
I know.
I was like, what?
There are people
they introduced me to him. We listen to it every time me and my brothers get drunk. We listen to it.
But guess what?
We're not we're not getting no superstar na Salone. Yes, we don't do it to them people in it.
All right,
these people have played stadiums.
I think we are moving a little bit too far when it comes to the creative aspect, and we have to consider time. We have to understand that COG at this time, you know, Sierra Leone, when you factor in colonialism and all that kind of stuff, and I think music is expression, right?
Yeah.
Just like you take pictures and you capture that moment in that picture at that time, and that moment, right, reminds you, okay, brings memory. Okay,
that's particular.
Right. So music is like that also. Now, when we talk about the evolution of music, where music is going, and how artists are expressing themselves, and how we want to bring these old greats into the modern era, which can be done. I think it's just one side of music.
Definitely.
It's just, and it's not even a big percentage of it.
No.
Okay, to do music is expression. Okay, your creativity belongs to you. How you create and how you express yourself as an artist. I do not consider you an artist if you are remixing something, if you are bringing something along, because what you just said, you think they're being lazy. Okay, and I think that too. I think you always will have a foundation of something, right, that you can build upon. But the expression and the creativity of itself have to be the artist. That's why you are an artist.
Yeah.
What you created.
Yeah,
so when I hear this argument about Salone music and we need to bring the greats, we need to do that, and we need to do that, Afrobeat is a perfect example of it. But Afrobeat of itself is evolving. If it doesn't evolve,
for me, what they made it look at is this. Okay, you make a valid point, but the only thing what I need for polish on it is, the past is the past, the moments of there, but that is our foundation. I rather that's the original stuff, because you know it's new nowadays. Internet don't make the world small, that everybody can
the
access.
internet make the world big.
No, it make the world small technically, because as something happen now, in fact now today they're gonna hear.
No,
we're saying the same thing.
Yeah, in the other way.
We're saying
So
the same thing.
what thing I try for emphasize on is the time when those artists that are from Sierra Leone, they were singing. They have no influence. I don't want to say they have some, but what they were singing is pure Sierra Leone music. I'm not saying we go back to that. I rather we use them as our icon,
as the foundation.
and yeah, as a foundation,
Very much
rather than
what do you
rather than like what you talk. somebody they try for imitate Snoop Dogg. I rather imitate Salia Chroma, not directly, but use some of his skills and technique and the instrument then, because that's our instrument, than you using a Jamaican stuff. Okay?
But it comes to preference when you.
Well,
It comes to preference. It can be a remix of that we own music to
but
the taste of.
How I
it
see
becomes a
it,
preference,
it's a
bro.
fusion.
It's a fusion, exactly.
What to me to talk about knowing these artists is you get for no side come before you get a clear sight of where you're going.
Exactly.
If you don't know who side come you get lost. I mean, naturally within America, a lot of things would get us through, and that's again within Mlongiwi.
Like
Culture.
Yeah.
Like, because we do things differently. Even though there are situations where we get for acts like Americans, which we do from time to time, but then we still have that base of being Sierra Leonean.
culture.
We have it. And that base comes out every time, and that makes us unique, and that makes us special. They get inspired by different people, right? But if someone is inspired by Bob Marley, right? Bob Marley was Jamaican. But you could fuse whatever happening in Sierra Leone or culture or tradition, and you could even copy some of the things Bob Marley did, and that becomes new.
The word copy that you just said, right? If we switch that word to influence, right? Then you are in a pocket of being a creative.
No,
That's my point. And I'm also speaking of the evolution of the music of itself, because you are artists when you create something,
Right.
not when you copy something. So when I'm talking about copying, we're talking about influence, we're talking about foundation. So that is our
When I
What
mean
does it
copy,
mean?
I don't mean like photocopy.
yeah,
I just mean
that
like,
is exactly
No,
what I'm
not
elaborating on.
necessarily. I'm
When
not
they
addressing-
copy, it's not like directly.
I'm not
Is you
addressing.
can remodel the
Yeah.
remake the
I'm not
music,
addressing-
make them modernized.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm not actually addressing the points that you guys just made. I'm actually talking about moving forward, because I want to go deeper in what we're talking about. I'm having fun. This is